Have you been wanting to change your life? Have you been wanting to truly find who it is that you are? In this video, I'm going to be going over why it seems to be so difficult for us to actually change our life and to live the life that we actually want to. So let's just get right into it. Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Noah, back again with another YouTube video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality. And in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about why it is that you might be feeling like you can't change your life. You know, oftentimes, a lot of us on our journey, you know, we want to change our life because we feel like we've figured out some of the secrets of the world, right? About how everything around us isn't as physical as it may seem. And there's a lot more beyond the surface that we actually don't get to see. You know, you might know these truths, but you might still find it hard to be able to live with your situation, you know? And now, the reason why this is because you have been programmed. Now, what does this mean? Programming begins whenever we are first born into this world, and we take on all of the belief systems of everybody around us, including family members, friends, and whoever else that may be. And a lot of the times, these belief systems aren't very beneficial. You know, they're not going to help us change our life. And, you know, at a very young age, we're never really told how powerful we truly are and how we can actually change worlds and change the planet just by ourselves. You know what I mean? We're never really told that at a very young age. At least I wasn't, you know. And I know that this is most of the time the case for you. You know, if not, you are very lucky. You know, and it is something to be grateful for. You know, if you're born into a family that doesn't doesn't have a lot of limiting belief systems that they kind of subconsciously push onto you, you know. But within my family, you know, I love my family members to death, but one thing that was never really clear was how powerful that I am and what it is that I can actually do on my own, you know. This is part of programming that we see. You know, it's not just the family members who are in our household, it's not just the friends who we come across. You know, it's also social media outlets, it's also the news, it's also social media in general, right? A lot of the times we're so fixated on other people's accounts that we, you know, it allows us to make a lot of comparisons, and oftentimes these comparisons are very unhealthy for us. You know, we end up losing our power. You know, we end up giving our power away to all of these people because we can't see the light that we have within us, you know, and it's very normal, you know. But the main reason why we actually feel it's hard for us to change our life is because there has been programming that's been going on ever since we were a child, ever since we were children, you know, ever since we were born, right? We take on all of these limiting belief systems, and then when we get older, right, there's not a lot that we think that we can do. Like I said before, you know, it's family members, it's friends, it's social media, but one of the most important things that actually kills our drive and our motivation is school, believe it or not, you know, because in school, a lot of the times, teachers are teaching us to become something, you know, great, right? They have intentions of getting us into college and eventually getting a really good job, right? But the problem is that we're being taught by teachers who are getting paid very, very little. And so they themselves have limiting belief systems about themselves because of their work. You know, I've seen it on numerous occasions of teachers who are stressed out, you know, and they have the right to be, right? They have such an important role to fulfill, yet they're not getting paid much at all. And it's very unfortunate because these teachers give so much into what they do, and the school system just doesn't appreciate them enough to be able to pay them more and to be able to instill powerful belief systems, limitless belief systems into the kids who they're teaching. And so that is one of the most important ways of which we are programmed at a very young age. And that is why it is hard for us to change our life. We have to realize that as soon as we wake up, and we have our experience of spiritual awakening. I don't know if you guys have, but I experienced, if you don't know what a spiritual awakening is, it's when you realize that you're a lot more than your physical body. You realize that you are a multidimensional being living a temporary human experience, meaning that death is just an illusion, and it is something that we fear so much, but it is something that is so normal. And because when we die, we know that our souls move on. And when we learn this information, it is, very eye-opening to us. It's they call it a spiritual awakening because we discover that we are more than human. We are also spirit. We embody spirit. And when we find this out, some of this information can scare us because we find out how powerful we actually are. And we start to believe, we start to develop belief systems of spirit. Spirit has limitless belief systems for us, And so we oftentimes fall into the trap that someone tells us, oh, how are you going to do this? Or, oh, you can't really do that. That's not very realistic, right? That's something that we hear a lot is, oh, there's no way that you could make $1 million recording videos, right? It's unrealistic, right? And that's just a symptom of the limiting belief systems that they have been programmed to believe, much like me, right? I had my spiritual awakening 2 years ago, but I still run into problems with the programming, I still have problems with limiting belief systems, that I have to step back and say, hold on, this isn't true. And the important part about this is that if you are trying to change your life and you finally are starting to come into terms of who you are, you're starting to get a better understanding of yourself, you're starting to learn yourself, it's going to take a while. I woke up in 2019, whenever I was 19 years old. That's when I had my spiritual awakening. But just because you're starting to learn out to find out who you are doesn't mean that it's going to take a short amount of time, because we have to realize this, that whenever we start to wake up to who we truly are, all of the years prior is all of those years that have been programmed into your subconscious mind about how you can't do this or you can't do that, and it makes us very depressed because we think that there isn't something that we can do in terms of our life. We might be lost, right? We might not know what it is to do. And all of that is based off of our living situation, as well as the school system, right? Because if we're constantly telling us to do something that we don't really want to do, it's going to confuse us, right? We're not going to be aware, we're not going to have discernment. We're not going to be able to figure out what it is that we want to do in our life. Like I said before, I woke up in 2019, but you have to realize that's 19 years of programming. That's 19 years of me telling myself that I'm not good enough. Me telling myself that I could never be a millionaire. And so because it is so long, it's going to take a little while for you to, reprogram yourself and reprogram new belief systems within your reality and new energy, about you. And because 19 years is a long time. And so one way that you can actually help reprogram your subconscious mind is start telling yourself things that you actually want to hear. Start telling yourself that I am confident, I am powerful, I am wealthy, I am rich. Money doesn't affect how wealthy I am. Just because I don't have money in my bank account doesn't mean that I'm not a rich person. You know, I am successful, right? Start telling yourself these positive affirmations about yourself, and throughout a period of time, you will start to believe it. And when you start to believe these affirmations, then you will start to reprogram your subconscious mind into abundance, you know what I mean, instead of lack, because a lot of us are programmed into a lack and limiting belief system. And so we have to reprogram our subconscious mind to believe in whatever it is that we want to do. And how do we do that? We talk positively about ourselves, right? And so that is why it might be hard for you to change your life. You know, you might be struggling to find out what it is that you want to do. But I'm here to remind you that that is normal. You know, it's normal to not know what you want to be doing in your life, because we're told, you know, we're kind of swayed in multiple directions as to where it is that we want to go with our life, you know, and it's not your fault. With all that being said, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want to find out more ways to reprogram your subconscious mind so you can change your life, I have a lot of videos. I have playlists for law of attraction / manifestation videos, and in some of those videos I talk about ways that you can reprogram your subconscious mind. You can also look through my channel. I have over 250, you know, over 300 videos now talking about how to better your life and how to awaken to your true abilities. But with that being said, my friends, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night wherever you're at. And if you want to check out amazing wellness products that I've been using for the past few months, check out the first link in my description. These products have helped boost my energy, as you can tell, as well as improve my immune system. So if you want your hands on products like this, you know, it's very important, especially during these times, to boost your immune system so that you are no longer susceptible to, let's just say, the sickness that's been going around. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want my video to get taken down. So thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. Like I said, peace, love, and happiness. Mwah.